Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and today I'm going to be covering an update video for the beach amplifier. Previously I did a beach video, and I'm just going to update it for this patch, and also just to make this better or even cheaper in a sense. So I'm going to go over to I'm going to start with the actual amplifier itself. So the amplifier itself, make sure you have these slants over here, because sometimes if they're really close over here, they'll start charging. I'm like, alright, well, I'll just put these ramps over here, make it a little bit safer. On the side over here, I have a little bit more layering. So if you remember from the previous video, I had this entire layer blocked off over here, and it just ended there. But you can actually add more layers over here with these slants and these half floors, right? So you can add more layers if you wish. And before I had this part over here like this, and I just connected it like this. Just so that this is actually indeed giving extra layering for every part of this. Okay, and just like before, you cannot place walls too close to your amplifier, or else they will charge from over there. So you cannot place a wall over here, over here, over here, over here, or over here. You cannot place those walls, right? But this wall over here, perfectly fine. This is okay. Let me get that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now let's start with the east side, because that's the easiest side. I built actually a little bit more on the east side compared to last time, just because it's only a tiny little bit, just because I wanted a little bit more stable. Alright, but it's, again, the beach east is a very easy amplifier. You do not want to overbuild it, right? Try to build as little as you can that still makes it very strong. Alright, just as a reminder. So beach east, I start off with 2 gas traps, wall launcher. This is a 2 impact just to launch them out there, and this is a 5 impact and 5 impacts. I put both of these to 5 impact just to ensure that they'll launch all the way out there. And then this is a 3 times impact, 3 times impact, 3 times impact, and 3 times impact floor launcher. Okay, so this is already a really good recycling system going on here. Most of them will just launch them into the pit down there, which is good. And these are 4 times impact wall launchers. I'll launch them as far as you can over here, so that this at least has some traffic, because on this on over here, there's not really much traffic going on. So, give them a little bit more traffic, launch them all over here with the 4 times impact wall launchers, which will launch them further than the 3 times impact wall launchers. And then over here, I have floor launchers, wall launchers, floor launcher, wall launchers. So these are all 3 impact floor launchers, and these are all 4 impact floor launchers. And I just find the combination of floor launcher to wall launcher is a little bit more stable than tar pits, right? I previously was using tar pits, but I just find the floor launcher combination works much better, especially when it came to smashers. Okay. Now I've also added these wall launchers over here, and these are just so that I can launch them into the pit over here, and I just felt like they were just nice to have in general, just to have that extra launch over here when they were recycling over there, because I actually removed the recycling system over here. Look at you. So that actually saved me quite a bit of structure, because my recycling system is very strong, just because so I can make sure 100% the UFO wave, they're always going to be stuck down here. And now I removed the recycling system, and I just have to build just a tiny bit more on the beach east, just to make it a little bit more stable. So that's what I did. I had these wall launchers over here, and actually pretty much that solved a lot of the stability. And and over here on this side, I had traps over here, and I decided to remove them because I simply felt like I don't need them. This area gets very little traffic, even considering the fact that when they get recycled over there, coming back here, this is still a really good tunnel, because all you need is 1 successful wall launch to go over there. You can also see there's also a wall over here to ensure that they don't go across. Before I did not have that wall, but now I have it. Alright, so these are 3 times impact wall launchers. I'll launch them all the way over here into the pit. This is a 3 times impact floor launcher. This is a 3 times impact wall launcher. So these are all 3 times impact double reloaders, and all you need is 1 successful wall launch or floor launch over here, and then you'll get them all the way into the pit, right? And you'll have to recycle all the way down. So this is why this is beach is a very good build, because all you need is 1 successful launch, and they're already into the pit, and they have to go a super long route to come back. All right. Now let's go through the south side, starting from the spawn. In the spawn over here, I probably remove some gas traps over here, and you see something weird going on here. Don't worry about it. I'll get to that in the very last, because it's something really optional you don't really need. Okay, so I have some gas traps over here, and I removed some gas compared to last time, so I just have a little bit here, just following the path over here. And then from here, I have a little bit here, following the path over here, right? And it's some 2x1 tiles going in here, and basically, yeah, I don't think there's really much different compared to last time I showed this in my previous video. It's pretty much the exact same kind of recycling system that you want for any kind of build you do. But yeah, there's not really much to say about this. I do have a gas trap over here, and I removed all the wall launchers over here. And the reason why I removed the wall launchers, because in my particular case, I don't have issues with them hitting these walls, so I just simply remove them. Actually, I don't even know why I have these gas traps too. Why do I have those gas traps? I don't know. But yeah, let's take a look over here. I'll explain that up there in a second, at the very end, okay? So bear with me on that. And following this path over here, there is going to be some gas traps over here. These will hit the husk down here, and that part is open. It's actually for the beach east, so sometimes they might want to come over in here, and then I'll let them path in here. If they path over here, to prevent them hitting these walls over here, right? Because this is actually a pathway they can walk up. You just simply place these floors, and then you're good to go. It actually blocks it. And you can simply do a similar thing over here, block this over here, but I don't need to because this is already very close to this pathway in here. Alright, in this pathway in here, there's going to be a 2x2 system, and this is pretty much the exact same as last time, a 2x2 box, right, with the broadsides. And at the very end here, make sure you don't put any trap that has impact, like a broadside, so that this tile over here can have some impact built up with the tar pit double reload wall launcher. Right, so they can have some impact built up for a full launch them all the way up. Alright, before in the previous video, I actually was launching them towards the west instead of the east, right? And this actually made the husk closer to the tunnel, which made it, which could cause husk to bash through and try to hit your tunnels inside. In my case, it did not happen to me because I had a lot of layers inside, but it could happen to some other people, and it was just a bad design in general to launch them west towards your tunnel, and you should be launching them away from your tunnel in general speaking for any kind of tunneling system you got. And over here, 5 times impact full launcher, 5 times impact full launcher, 4 times impact full launcher to launch them into the pit, 3 times impact full launcher to launch them also into the pit. Okay, and inside in here, I'm just going to show inside in here, you can see that there's some emptiness going on. So this is actually just to prevent flingers from wanting to hit these walls and start flinging, right? So the best way to do that is literally just cover that up with a lava shield inside in between your tunnels, right? So that's why this area over here, I'm gonna go over here. So on the other side of these is actually the tunnel, right? This is part of the tunnel. And I double layer it, right? I double layer it with a roof to ensure that the flinger will not want to break out from the wall and start flinging, right? And it's a good idea to do for your tunnels in general, right? To try to double layer things, or have a lava shield, or both, right? So lava shield for the tunnels themselves and double layering, right? It's a good idea to try to do that. Because this can prevent a lot of issues down the road. Because sometimes flingers are really naughty and just want to bash on the wall, so that on the other side of the wall they can start flinging, or for a lobber they can start lobbing. Alright, so, and I'll come back to, oh yeah, there's also this tier. This is just a my version of the lobber shield, right? It only saves a little bit of tiles compared to last time. But it's up to you how you want to do the lobber shield, right? You do want to cover pretty much as you can, because they can fling on pretty much almost any part of this. Almost. I think they can't fling over here though. I don't think this is a spot they can fling from over here, but pretty much anywhere else they can fling from. Okay, and there is one more thing I need to talk about, which is this weird thingy over here. Alright, so I'll talk about this weird thingy. Essentially what this is doing is that this is actually creating a tunnel for assassin type husk and also some other husks that might come in here, right? Like sometimes smashers come up here, but mostly it's for the assassin type husks. That's what the purpose is. So essentially what is going to happen is that the assassin type husks, they're going to target the player, right? Wherever you are on the map. So suppose you're not on your beach amplifier and you suppose you're somewhere else, right? Sometimes instead of pathing towards sometimes as a result of pathing towards you, they want to hit on these walls, right? And which is kind of annoying. So I found that the solution for this was to actually make a separate tunnel for them, and using this tunnel, it actually prevented the assassin type husks to bash on your walls to try to get to you, right? So this actually was really nice because I can pretty much go anywhere on the map, and my beach will be fine for when it's attacked from the beach south, right? Because sometimes when you use a block off type of build like this, right, this is a block off, sometimes you're not able to path up in other places, right? So I just wanted to find a solution for that, and this is what it's a little bit more costly to do this, but the build itself isn't that bad to begin with, right? And compared to some other builds I've seen, at least. Right, so all of this is just a row of wall launchers and some floor launchers to recycle them back out, and then they would want to take the path again. And often flingers will actually try to come here anyway to try to fling, right? Because the flinger can fling from over here. So this is the tile that they can fling from. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the tile they can fling. Either there or here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think this is one too. So because they can fling from here, they want to path up here, and they'll just get recycled, right? So it's a really cool thing to see anyway. But to make sure that they don't hit on these walls either, you do need to reinforce it, right? So I have 2 extra layers right in here, right? So 1, 2, and this is just to help give these walls reinforcements so that they won't hit these walls to try to get to you. Right, and over here on the valley, which I can explain in another video, there's also some extra reinforcements here. Optionally, you can also place some additional reinforcements in here, right, which is 2 layers over there, 4 layers over there, 5 layers over here, but you know, that is just overkill. But anyways, that's pretty much it for my beach update, right? It's pretty much the exact same builds, just that it's updated for this patch. Again, I don't have to deal with the UFO wave anymore, so therefore my floor launcher arena is gone, right? I don't have to worry about so many smashers coming into my base. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and took something out of it, and have fun building.